Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
An unofficial holiday coming in Detroit that we should make official. Tigers baseball is back, but of course, the weather is complicating things for opening day. Good to have you with us for Local 4 News at 11. Opening day is always a big day in Detroit. This year may feel like a return to normalcy, so an even bigger day with the ballpark back at full capacity.
Oh yeah, here's a live look outside of a quiet Comerica Park. Tomorrow morning, things will look much different out there with big crowds expected.
If you're heading out to tailgate or take in the game, you might want to layer up. Bring a poncho, perhaps. Let's start things off here at 11 with Andrew to take us through the opening day forecast. Andrew.
Well, that means normalcy too, right? Having a poncho at the ready and maybe even dressing in layers. That's Detroit weather. That's Detroit baseball for you. So let's take a look at your forecast. I've got your computer model here, zoomed into downtown Detroit. Here's Comerica Park, downtown Detroit as well. We'll have mostly cloudy skies overnight. Look for the color of green showing up here as I move this along. Morning, I think it remains dry. But as we get closer to game time for tailgaters between 10 and noon, you see this green showing up. It represents on and off sprinkles and light showers that may be around, including just before the first pitch. Notice how they leave during the game, but some return by the middle toward the end of the game, especially by the 7th inning stretch and afterward. So don't be surprised by a few on and off raindrops before or just at the beginning of the game and just afterward also. Now the Tigers are played in worse weather, so still plan on an on-time start. And you can always download the Click on Detroit app and the Local Forecasters app to follow the weather and to get the latest news on when and if the game is starting on time. But as you know, it's scheduled just after 1 o'clock, and temperature-wise, this is why we need to layer up. 30s to near 40 degrees for tailgate time, 43 during the first pitch, only 47 by game's end. We'll go over this forecast again and your 7-day forecast in minutes.
Okay, Andrew, the Tigers open the season against the White Sox.
First pitch set for 1:10 in the afternoon. It'll come from the arm of Eduardo Rodriguez. Gates will open early at 10:30. Jack White is going to perform the national anthem, followed by a flyover from Selfridge Air National Guard Base. There are still some tickets available to the game. At last check, they were standing room only tickets, but that puts you in play. If you'd rather take it all in from the comfort of your own home, we've got you covered all day tomorrow. Our coverage kicks off on Local 4 News today, live from inside Comerica Park. Bernie and Jamie will be downtown then later in the day to bring us all the excitement.
All right, our other top story tonight, a police chase involving teens who aren't even old enough to drive.
Video shows Inkster police following a stolen car, then hitting it. And when they got the car to stop, they found 3 teenagers ranging in age from 14 to 15 inside. Victor Williams live in Inkster tonight. Victor, you talked with a woman who owns that car.
Yes, Devin, and this woman said that she never expected to be victimized so close to home, but now she's warning others.
I worked hard for my car and I just paid it off.
What you're watching is Angel Daniels' car speeding through her hometown of Inkster. The only thing is, Angel's not the one behind the wheel.
I was like, wow, they really took my car.
It's been an emotional roller coaster for the single mother ever since 3 teens took off in her 2011 Kia Forte Monday morning.
They should have left the car alone.
While she was picking up her daughter from Inkster Prep Academy.
And I went in there. Not even 3 minutes later, I come back out with my daughter and my car gone. I thought I parked down the street. I'm like, okay, did I park somewhere else?
In that short amount of time, thieves were able to take off, going on a nice little joyride across town.
They don't care at all because they didn't purchase it. I worked hard for my car and I just paid it off.
Inkster police waste no time locating the vehicle before a short pursuit takes place. It's all ended with a pit maneuver before the teens are taken into custody. Now Angel has to pay for repairs herself.
You deserve the consequences. I mean, that's just life, whether you're a teenager or not.
And she has a message for those who might find themselves in a similar time crunch.
No matter what the situation is, no matter what's going on, take your keys out your car, lock your car.
And once again, those teens were only 14 and 15. That's the reason why we were not able to show you the footage of them being arrested. But all 3 are now in custody. But remember, it's now this woman that's going to have to pay for the repairs that these 3 are responsible for. So if you'd like to head over to our website, clickondetroit.com to see how to help. Reporting live in Inkster tonight, Victor Williams, Local 4.
I know folks will. All right, Victor. We've got new information on the arrest of a Detroit police officer accused of sexual abuse of a minor. Tonight, the Board of Police Commissioners suspended Michael Carson without pay. Carson's a 20-year veteran of the DPD, most recently serving in the department's Abandoned Vehicle Task Force. He's charged with 2 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct for a case involving a minor. We await further information about his case.
More communities in Metro Detroit joining a fight over what you pay for water.
Macomb Township, Sterling Heights, St. Clair Shore is now pushing back against the Great Lakes Water Authority. It raised rates to help cover $54 million owed by Highland Park. Mara McDonald live in Macomb Township with more on this growing call for the state, Mara, to step in and pay the tab.
Devin, they're saying state intervention is what needs to happen here. And why? They say the state created this mess. State needs to fix it. Take a look. This all started back in 2012 when the state shut down Highland Park's water treatment plant because of issues with the water and put it on a, quote, emergency basis on the GLWA. Well, fast forward to 2022. The authority has been in litigation with Highland Park over non-payment and is raising rates on all its member communities, in part to help cover what is now a $54 million hole.
The Macomb Township Board of Trustees hereby demands the state of Michigan and the Great Lakes Water Authority do not require Macomb Township and the 86 other paying member communities to pay for the City of Highland Park's debt to GLWA.
But the reality is the member communities have been paying to cover the non-payment all along. For example, Macomb Township says its people have already paid $1.43 million and are expected to pay another $178,000 in the next fiscal year. Township Supervisor Frank Viviano has been getting calls from residents who find this to be absurd.
They want to know how come they're expected to pay their water bill if nobody else is.
The Macomb Township Board voted to withhold payment of any monies that would go to pay those arrearages, and it joins a growing list of communities in West Wayne, Downriver, and Macomb County that are doing the same.
I really think there's only one resolution, and that's state intervention. The state created this mess. The state needs to clean it up.
Back here live, it is interesting to note that you have seen communities like Macomb Township throughout Macomb County as well as throughout Wayne County who have passed these resolutions saying we are not going to pay you what is, due for any sort of arrearages out of Highland Park. Interesting to note, you have not seen Oakland County participate in that manner yet. We are live in Macomb Township tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Okay, Mara, thanks. 2 brothers arrested tonight after Detroit police bust a chop shop.
Police say they've been watching the business on Michigan Avenue for the past 6 weeks. Officers discovered 7 stolen vehicles, 2 transmissions, and 2 engines. No word on the value of all those stolen items. Police say the brothers did not have a license, though, for running the place, or they were arrested at the scene. 2 lawsuits filed today in Michigan to protect the state's abortion rights. Governor Whitmer is suing to overturn Michigan's 1931 ban on abortion. Well, that Michigan law would be enforceable if Roe versus Wade would be overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court. That's a possibility as the High Court is set to consider that matter and announce a decision on it this summer. Planned Parenthood also filed a lawsuit today. The group Right to Life Michigan says it will defend the law.
What we expect our Michigan Supreme Court to do is to acknowledge that under the Due Process Clause and under the Equal Protection Clause, Michigan women have the right to privacy, the right to bodily autonomy.
I think of it as a life of an unborn child. It's a human right to exist. And that right is being stripped from 95 babies today in the state of Michigan.
Attorney General Dana Nessel and 6 prosecutors from across the state say as long as they're in office, they won't prosecute abortion clinics nor women who get abortions.
President Biden and Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson will address the nation tomorrow, one day after the Senate made history confirming the first black woman to serve on the Supreme Court.
All right.
All Senate Democrats backed her nomination with 3 Republicans joining them, but the overwhelming majority of Republicans voted no.
We have just made a decision to put this extraordinary jurist on the highest court of our land. It's a good statement about who we are.
I see hallmarks of judicial activism in Judge Jackson's record.
Jackson will be sworn in when Justice Stephen Breyer retires this summer.
The jury will be deliberating for a 5th day in the trial for 4 men charged in the plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. Jury says it now wants to look at evidence related to explosives when it picks things up again tomorrow morning. Our Sean Lay will be back in Grand Rapids as the jury deliberates, and you'll have updates here just as soon as they occur.
One scam targeting seniors is becoming more common in Macomb County.
Police have made an arrest, and they are getting money back for the victims. Also, the Ford fireworks returning to Detroit for the first time since 2019. We'll have what's new for this year's big show.
But first, video that shows how a local state rep ended up behind bars.
Go, 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 go. All right, Mary, legal limit in Michigan is a .08, okay? You blew a .176.
Mary Kavanaugh's message to the community following her drunk driving arrest. Next.
Coming up tomorrow morning, is the bus better? The man navigating Motor City by bus, saving time and money. That story coming up. Then streaming at 7 on Local 4 Plus. Summer concerts, hundreds of acts coming to the area. That's another sign the pandemic has eased a bit. The person who puts them together will join us live at 7:45. So join our morning team on Local 4 from 4:30 to 7 a.m. and then streaming at 7 on Local 4 Plus.